Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Seattle Mariners at the Kingdome. On the mound for the Tigers today is Jeff Robinson, whose record is 1-0 with a 2.45 ERA. And pitching for the Mariners today is Bud Black, whose record is 9-8 with a 4.50 ERA. And so you can see the standings here. We are on an 8-game winning streak, our longest of the season after winning yesterday's game against the Mariners, and yet we don't seem to be gaining any ground. The Yankees are they won 4 in a row, and because of that, we still sit 5 games back with 30 games to go after today's game. So we are on the proverbial home stretch here. And we look to our rookie, Jeff Robinson, who had a great first start last week against the Rangers. I guess it was earlier this week against the Rangers. And I'm thinking he's got another one in him today. It's going to be tough. We're facing a left-hander. We don't do well against the lefties. Let's go ahead and get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Here we go with today's starting pitcher. Of course, it's Jeff Robinson. He's never pitched against the Mariners. Here is our bullpen today. Tom Filer, unavailable. He pitched a terrible 9th inning, gave up like 3 or 4 runs, if I remember right. I think it was 3 runs. We had to bring in Roger Weaver to lock it down. So not a good job by Filer. He won't be available today. And here's our lineup versus the left-hander, Bud Black. We're going to sit Greg Brock today. He was listed as tired, so it's not as if I'm just sitting him because he's a lefty. Also, Sweet Lou, again, listed as tired. We're going to sit him, and Terry Kennedy, being a left-hander, will sit in place of Lance Parrish. He's beginning to get the bulk of the PT now behind the plate. Okay, here's the official lineup rundown for the Tigers today. Batting leadoff, playing shortstop, is Alan Trammell. Batting second in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting third at first base is Mickey Hatcher. Batting cleanup, playing third base, is George Brett. Batting fifth and DHing is Glenn Wilson. Batting sixth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting 7th in center field is Kevin Bass. Batting 8th in right field is Jesse Barfield. And batting 9th, playing second base, is Dougie Baker. Let's take a look at Bud Black, making his 21st start of the year. 17-round draft pick by Seattle in 1979. Is 9-8 with a 4.50 ERA. Strikeouts. He has 77 in 136 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .265 against him. 3 complete games, 1 shutout. His fastball tops out at 87 miles an hour. His ground ball percentage is 47.4%. He has 4 pitches with the fastball and the slider, both above average. Overall rated an 87. The 26-year-old lefty goes to free agency. He goes to arbitration in 1984. If you're curious about what he did in 1983, he was 10-7 with a 3.79 ERA for Seattle. Okay, let's take a look at Seattle's defense today. It is the same lineup as the first 2 ball games. And we've got Alan Trammell leading off against Bud Black. Here we go. Trammell leading off with a ground ball to second. Harold Reynolds tossing him out at first. There's 1 down. That will bring up Kirk Gibson, batting average up to .250 versus lefties. So he's back in there today, and he strikes out swinging. 2 quick outs. That's going to bring up Mickey Hatcher. Hatcher playing first base for the first time all season. Getting a shot there with Brokoff today. And Hatcher hits a ground ball to short. So a 1-2-3 inning for Bud Black. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the Mariners lineup rundown. Batting leadoff, playing second base, is Harold Reynolds. Batting second at shortstop is Spike Owen. Batting third, playing first base, is Dave Stapleton. Batting cleanup at left field is Ricardo Saenz. Batting fifth and catching is Tom Pagnozzi. Batting sixth, playing third base, is Tom Dodd. Batting seventh in center field is Dave Henderson. Batting eighth and DHing is Bob Pate. And batting ninth in right field is Rodney Craig. Jeff Robinson, as we mentioned, he's making his second career start. His first one was good. He got the victory, going 7 in the third innings, giving up only 4 hits, 2 runs. One of them was a base runner he left on base. We pulled him out, and subsequently the reliever let that run score. But this is the number I like the most. 9 Ks in those 7 in the third innings. That's exactly the type of pitcher we want. His fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 50%. He's got a splitter. It's rated at 92 and a fastball that's at 84. The 21-year-old righty, he doesn't go to arbitration until 86. So we've got him on the cheap for a few more seasons. Let's take a look at the Tigers' defense for today. We got Kevin Bass out there in center field. Baker's at second. Barfield out in right. Barfield has made an error in his last 2 starts. One was in right field, one was in left field yesterday. And Mickey Hatcher, kind of the weak link as he was at third. He is at first. We shall see how he does today. Here is Harold Reynolds leading off against Jeff Robinson. Line drive into center field. Bass makes the catch. Didn't have to go too far to get that one. 1 out. Next man up is Spike Owen. And a base hit back through the box into center field. First hit of the day. Runner on first. Next man up is Dave Stapleton. Stapleton batting .258 with 23 home runs. He lifts it into right center field. Somebody's got to get there. There we go. Kevin Bass on his horse, making the catch. 2 outs. Here is Ricardo Saenz. He's been quiet this series. In the top 10 in batting average, and Owen steals second. That is his 18th stolen base. In scoring position for Ricardo Saenz, an 0-1 count. Now it's full. Robinson jams him inside with a splitter. And it's a long fly out to center. So good job by Robinson. We go to the top of the second inning. No score. Here is George Brett leading off. Brett batting .303 with 14 home runs. Sharply hit a line drive right at the first baseman, Stapleton. He's going to make all the plays at first. He was the Gold Glove winner last season at first base for Boston. Glenn Wilson steps up and pops it up to second. 2 down. Here is Lance Parrish. And Parrish strikes out. So the Tigers are hitless. We're going to the bottom of the second inning. We've got to give the youngsters some runs to work with here. Tom Pagnozzi leading off. It's Nozzle, Dodd, and Dave Henderson. There we go. Strikeout number 1 for Robinson. 1 down. Tom Dodd up next. A ground ball to Brett at third. Out number 2. That will bring up Dave Henderson, striking out on an inside curveball under his wrists. 2 Ks in the inning for Robinson. We're going to the top of the third. Bass, Barfield, Baker. The Triple Bs striking out. 3 Ks for Bud Black. I don't think they, I mean, I'm sure that somebody called him Buddy Black, but I feel like I should edit that and just make it Bud Black, which I think is way more accurate. Here's Jesse Barfield. He strikes out. 4 Ks for Black. Next man up is Doug Baker, and Baker gets the first hit for the Tigers. Falls in front of the right fielder, Rod Craig. Baker on first. I think we're going to let Trammell take a cut. I would consider stealing here, but let's see what Trammell's got in him. Ground ball to first. Okay. I was hoping that might be the beginning of a rally. We go to the bottom of the third. Bob Pate leading off. Pate, 285, 22 homers. Striking out, the pitchers are grouping up the Ks right now. Third K for Robinson. Switch hitter, Rod Craig up next. Ground ball up the middle. Good range from Baker, and he makes the play. I love Baker. He can play anywhere. If Whitaker wasn't tired, I probably would have put Baker at first base today. But so far, Hatcher doing a good job, making all the plays he needs to. Oh, and then a walk to Harold Reynolds. Reynolds had a stolen base yesterday, his 31st. I would not be surprised if he was going here. There we go. A little delay. Ground ball to Baker. Okay. There's out number 3. We're going to the top of the 4th inning. Game is moving along today. Gibby leading off. He struck out the first time. Makes contact at least in this at-bat, grounding out to second. Reynolds very busy at second base. 1 out. Here's Mickey Hatcher. Oh, he's going to gap it all the way against the wall in left center field, and he has a double. Baker really turning it on. Look at his average up to 287 after falling as low as 264 at one point. Well, oh, wow, he's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-game hitting streak, including today's game. So Hatcher's on fire. Nicely done. Runner on second. George Brett. Oh, he crushes it to right center field. Buddy Black. They're not friends. 2-run shot. And it's 2-0 Detroit. Brett's 15th home run of the season. Glenn Wilson grounds out to second, 2 down. That will leave it up to Lance Parrish to get something going here. And he walks. First walk issued by Bud Black. That will bring up big hit Bass. And he strikes out looking. 5 Ks for Bud Black. Damage is done. 2-run shot by Brett. Gives the Tigers a 2-0 lead. Dave Stapleton leading off the bottom of the 4th. Ground ball to Hatcher at first. Okay. I'm going to be holding my breath every time a ground ball comes his way. It's a good thing we got Barfield in right. I mean, I would imagine there's going to be some ground balls that might get past him. But they won't. I don't think they'll be turned into doubles. Maybe if Harold Reynolds is running. Ricardo Saenz popping it up near second base, carrying to the outfield grass. 2 down. And here is Tom Pagnozzi, the nozzle. Oh, the nozzle! Set it to spray. Left center field. And it's 2-1. Is that Robinson's first home run given up? There we go. That'll tell us all we need that. Yeah. First home run given up in the majors. 2 down. Here's Tom Dodd. And there's a pop-up near home plate. Inching up the third baseline. And Parrish makes the catch. So the Mariners get one of the runs back on the home run from Tom Pagnozzi, who's 25th on the year. We go to the top of the 5th inning. We've got Jesse Barfield leading off. Barfield struck out first time up. And he walks here. Well, you know this is what we do with Baker. We're going to drop down a bunt. He's been so good at that this year. He's got 6 sacrifice hits. 1 for 1 today. He's a contributor. Come on, Barfield, get to second. He is safe. Good job by Baker. Runner in scoring position for Trammell. Trammell is 0 for 2 today. And a base hit to right. Barfield will score. And the Tigers, oh, it's not a guarantee. We're going to go for it, though. Oh, no! Come on, 90% chance. Oh, man, that is the momentum shift that's going to crush us. Well, now we have to send Trammell. I mean, we may as well. What's the worst that could happen? It's only a 68% chance. Oh, it's a left-hander, that's why. But Gibby is a left-handed bat. Do we compound the mistake? Nah, we got to let him swing away. Oh, come on, man. All right. Well, it's the bottom third of the lineup. All right, here we go. Dave Henderson. I was just mulling over defensive alignment, but we're going to just play it out. Comebacker from Henderson to Robinson. There's 1 down. Here is Bob Pate. Struck out the first time up. He's got some serious pop. Another comebacker to the pitcher. Robinson being tested on the mound. 2 quick outs as Rod Craig steps in. 255 hitter, 12 home runs. Everybody's hitting home runs in the Dome. Is that number 13? It is. Rod Craig, number 9 hitter going deep. And it's all tied at 2. Reynolds, with 2 outs, hits a ground ball to Brett, and that'll do it. Oh, yep, so the momentum shift there gets the Mariners tied. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Bud Black is at 83 pitches. Mickey Hatcher leading off. It's Hatcher, Brett, and Wilson. Our big RBI guys. Hatcher dumping it into center field. It will be caught. Out number 1. It's going to bring up George Brett. He went deep. He had the 2-run shot. Slow roller to third. Out number 2. As Dodd makes the play. Glenn Wilson, he's been quiet today. He's 0 for 2. And he strikes out swinging. All right. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Owen, Stapleton, and Ricardo Saenz are due up. Here's Spike Owen. Base hit up the middle. All right, here we go. We're going to guard the lines here. Owen might be going. Try to stay out of the double play, perhaps. And a base hit down the left field line. And we were guarding the lines. So I don't know how he gets a double out of that. So that's Stapleton's 21st double. And the game is about to be blowed open. Pull the infield in. Striking out Saenz. That's Robinson's 4th. Do we walk the catcher to get to Dodd? We do. It's the right thing to do. Especially after Pagnozzi took him deep. So the bases are loaded. Watch the game give us a wild pitch or a pass ball or a balk right here. Infield in. Tom Dodd at the plate. 2-0 count. And a base hit the middle. Well, that's the ball game for sure. Now we just play it out. Line drive to the left. Will Stapleton score? He does. 4-2. And Pate pops it up out there in center field where Bass makes the catch. So it's 4-2. They have a defensive replacement. John Moses goes out to the left field. I mean, he doesn't have a good arm. I don't know what that's about. I guess he's a little bit better defensively. All right, it's 4-2. Parrish leading off. Parrish, is he going to dump it into right center field? He does fall in for a base hit. All right, so Parrish on first. Let's see, who do we have on the bench? We got Eddie Miller. We're going to pinch run. Bring in Eddie Miller. Try to stay out of a double play here. We're going to let Bass swing away. He doesn't hit lefties well, but he did hit a home run off a lefty in the Texas series. Here he lifts it into right center field. That's not going to get it done. Jesse Barfield up next. Striking out again. Now we've got to send Miller. Otherwise, this is a wasted pinch running opportunity. And he does steal second base. That is Miller's 7th stolen base. And it's up to Doug Baker to drive him in. He's 1 for 1 with a sacrifice today. And a base hit into right field. Miller will even score. Yeah, he does score. And it's 4-3. So that worked out well. And plus, Buddy Black is at 110 pitches, officially tired. Let's see if we can take advantage of that. Here's Alan Trammell. Ground ball to second. All right. Let's take a look at the in-game stats. Let's move some people around. Actually, we're just going to bring in Terry Kennedy to catch. Everybody else is good. Jeff Robinson's only at 83 pitches. Now, his endurance is not as good as most starters. He has given up runs in 3 straight innings. So we're going to take him out, and we're going to bring in George Capizzello here. He's a lefty. He's going to face these 3 switch hitters. So they'll all get turned around and bat right-handed, which I believe that is the reverse split, right? Yeah, so righties are only batting 198 against him. Rod Craig, though, hits lefties well. So let's see how this goes here. Kennedy behind the plate now. Line drive into center field. Bass makes the catch. As that ball was going out there, I'm like, oh, shit. I should have put Miller in center field for Bass. He's superior defensively. But we got away with one. Here's Harold Reynolds with 1 out. He pops it up to third. Brett makes the catch. These are tough. These are really tough switch hitters. Spike Owens batting .333 versus lefties. And he strikes out. Great job by Cappy. Tigers are just a run back as Gibson steps in. They bring in Carlos Diaz. He's pitched every game this series, and we crushed him yesterday. Didn't even get an out. Gave up 3 hits, 4 runs because he hit a batter. So that's the right thing to do. You want to get him back out there, right? Make him feel better about himself, but we're going to send him right to the psychiatrist. Gibby's out there first. Dumping it into right center field. Get down. It is down for a base hit. No, we're not going to go for 2. We've already learned our lesson. But we are going to hit and run with Sticky Mickey at the plate. Here we go, Mickey Hatcher. Oh, he lifts it. That's too high. That's going to carry deep enough to be caught. 1 out. Here is George Brett. 1 for 3 today with the home run. And a double play. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. I guess we'll bring in Roy Thomas. I'm projecting we're going to lose this game, so there's no point in bringing in Dave Smith. Roy Thomas hasn't pitched as many innings. So he's going to face 3, 4, and 5, which includes John Moses instead of like their best hitter, which is weird. Stapleton, fly ball to left center field, base hit. Of course. It's John Moses. Yeah, the first baseman steals second base up a run. That makes total sense. Outfield in. He strikes him out. It didn't work before. Let's try it again. We're going to intentionally walk Roy Thomas to get to Dodd, who's a backup third baseman. Ground ball, Hatcher. And Hatcher pulls off the double play. Nicely done. All right, well, it worked that time. We go to the top of the 9th. Tigers are down to their final 3 outs, and they're going to bring in the closer, Mark Littell. We scored the first run off Littell yesterday. Gave up a run in the 1 innings pitched. A walk, a hit. We just need 1 today. Wilson, Kennedy, and Bass are due up. Here's Glenn Wilson leading off. Comebacker to Littell, 1 down. Here's Terry Kennedy, first at bat of the ball game. Slow roller to short. That's going to leave it up to Bass, who's been terrible today. We're going to bring in Greg Brock. Now, if we do tie this up, we are going to have players playing out of position. But how could I, on an 8-game winning streak, how could I leave Greg Brock on the bench in the 9th inning? Here we go, 2 down. Here's Greg Brock. Oh. And the 8-game winning streak comes to an end. Bunch of horse shit. Had to happen sooner or later. And I'm sure the Yankees won. Let's find out. Yep. So we're back to 6 games back. So, yeah, I mean, the 8-game winning streak was nice, but it was just a little tease from the game. We're still 20 games above. I mean, this season will be, I think, considered a failure no matter what after making the playoffs last year. But our record's not going to indicate that necessarily. Wow, they're flip-flopping over here as Oakland jumps back into the lead. Nationally, we got to take a look at Cincinnati. Wow, now they're up a game and a half over LA and Atlanta. Atlanta, I think, really just sunk their chances with all those stupid trades. Really, New York too, but they seem to be doing all right. Let's take a look at headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. 2 homers for Don Baylor. Doesn't say how many he has. 17 on the year. Okay. Next, Dave Chalk gets 5 hits. That's like the Kansas City highlight of the season. 5 for 6 with 2 doubles. Yankees add to the lead over the Tigers. Another shellacking. Weaver allowed 1 run on 6 hits. Malberg. Oh, yeah, these are the Rangers. I wish we could play the Rangers every game. All right, nothing on the Tigers. Let's take a look at transactions. The only thing of note is Thad Bosley is going to miss a couple games for the Sox. No big deal. He's a 4th outfielder, maybe even a 5th outfielder. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Tigers lose 4-3, a real bummer. Player of the game is it Brett with his 2-run Jimmy. Well, I guess we have to give it to Brett. He drove in 2 of the 3 runs, and it was a dong. He did ground into a double play when we needed him most. Jeff Robinson takes the loss. Not a good performance, but they can't all be winners, like my mom said about her children. George Capizzello and Roy Thomas, they did their gerbs. Buddy Black. I've said 3 different buddies. I said 3 different buddies today. Buddy Black, 10 and 6. That's his 10th win. Mark Littell gets his 2nd save. All right. We're going to come back tomorrow. Game 4 of the 4-game series. Start a new streak, perhaps. Until then, everyone, have a great night.